Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Oluwatosin, and you are welcome to About the Citizens. Here we actually discuss issues that affect us as a people, as individuals, in order for us to know and how to go about our daily endeavors, and for us to learn. And actually, here we just put up a topic that we can discuss about, and then in the event you have any questions, you can direct your questions to our page, call it My Right page, on Facebook. So there we actually talk, we discuss issues that affect us as individuals, for us to know what is required of us, so that we won't make mistakes, and even when we do, we know how to remedy such mistakes. So it's something that has been like a burden in my heart, to just to inform people, to tell them, okay, if you want to do this, these are the ways you can go about it, because those things actually affect us. They happen almost every day, and you see people making lots and lots of mistakes. So that's what this program is all about. I call it About the Citizens, or there's like an affiliate of That's My Right, that we put up on Facebook, where people put up articles and we discuss on issues. So like today is just generally to talk on something that I have observed over the time, and that's where when two people, or it can be more than two, when two people enter into commercial relations, like contract, agreement, and what have you, genuinely, not that okay the other person wants to dupe the other, but genuine commercial transactions. And you see, I've seen where people would enter into commercial transactions with one another, or two persons with each other, and maybe one party in that commercial transaction has expended money, maybe advanced some money to the other to carry out the project. You have seen the situation where the other party, after the money has been advanced, will be unable to whether deliver the product, or be able to perform his own part of that contract. So the person that has given money would want to have his money back, obviously. So usually what people do is they in order to force the other person to pay back the money they've advanced to him, they report the matter to the police. So they use the police maybe to arrest the person, to detain him for some days, so that they believe by doing that the person will be forced to cough out the money. But as good as that is actually wrong step in the wrong direction. If two people, or let me say rather two persons, have entered into commercial relations, and money has been expended, and one needs to get his money back, is not to report to the police, because the function of the police is not to recover debt, or to recover to enforce a commercial transaction. No, the function of the police in the society, like ours, is to maintain peace and order, to prevent crime and what have you. So when it involves, I've given somebody money to do a particular thing, as in genuinely, and the other person too genuinely, things happen, commercial transaction, you might have thought that something good will come out of it, and something may just happen, that contract will be unable to be performed as the party had agreed. So using the police in that instance may not be too good. Is you only use the police where you feel that maybe the person has, maybe for example, took your money under false pretense. Let's say he pretended as if he has something which he never had, and you, on the basis of the belief, give him that thing. But where it is genuine contract and maybe the person is unable to perform due to unforeseen circumstances and what have you, and you can't use the police to get your money back in such situations. And like for people living in Lagos, for example, there are avenues you can use to get your money back apart from the court. Yeah, the usual one that people know is that you have to now go to court and be suing. People will be court. No, I don't want to go to court. Their wala will be too much and something like that. But like for people in Lagos, for example, they have other options, and one is the Citizens Mediation Center, and the other is the Lagos State Multi-Door Court. Now, the Citizens Mediation Center they have branches in major parts of Lagos State. So when you have issues like that, like contract, maybe you borrow somebody money, the person is unable to pay you back and stuff like that, instead of using the police, you can go to the Citizens Mediation Center. You can Google it. You will see Citizens Mediation Center, and they are sent as a major part of Lagos. So you Google it, go to the one nearest you, and make your complaint. They invite the other person, just follow the procedure, and you get what you want. And if you don't want to do that, you can do the Lagos State Multi-Door. Just walk up, go to court, just ask for the Lagos State Multi-Door Court, and let them tell you what to do, the procedures and all that. It's very simple and straightforward. You get. So the essence is not all the time. In fact, you shouldn't, if it is that I want to recover the money I've given somebody back, and is that it's basically on commercial transactions, you shouldn't use the police to get that done, because even the courts have made pronouncements on it that the police is not debt recovery agents. They are not supposed to, their work is not to be recovering debt on behalf of people. Their work is to prevent crime, to maintain law and order in the society. So it's just like an advice for people that that you've advanced money, you borrow somebody money and the person is unable to pay, and you want to get your money back. It's better you use all those avenues. If you don't want to go to court, like for people living in Lagos, you can use the Lagos State Citizens Mediation Center, or you use the Lagos State Multi-Door, and you get your matters resolved, and you can still maintain the relationship you have with the person. So instead of using the police, because at the end of the day, if the police should arrest that person, detain that person, and at the end of the day the person is not able to pay you back your money, the person may file fundamental right action against you and even the police, and claiming money against you, and that may not even be palatable. So it's better to avoid some things. And how to avoid, in fact, in the first place, before you even enter into commercial transactions, just get the service of a legal advisor to advise you, this term, interpret it, and so that you'll not be entering into what you know that you cannot be able to meet, obligations you'll not be able to fulfill. So it's better that way. But even if things go bad, and is that I've given you money, give me my money back. No, not the police at all. Do other things too. Use the ADR, that's the Alternative Dispute Resolution. Go to Lagos State Multi-Door Court. Use the Citizens Mediation Center for those living in Lagos, and you get things resolved. This is just a part of it. This is just the part one of it. So I just hope that at least you will learn from there that there are just some things they shouldn't even be going to the police. Using the police may even get you into more troubles. Yeah. So I just hope with this, at least you've gotten one thing or the other. Not every time you have to involve the police into matters. It's not even their work. It's not within their power to do all those things. Recovering debt on your behalf, no. So it's just high time we started to do things right. Yeah, it's just the right time. So I just hope that you've taken something home. So at least as from now, you know that there are all alternatives for you to use to get some things you want to get. So I see you next time. I remain Oluwatosin. It's all about the citizens. Thank you.